Texas Republicans also passed new measures to prevent lawmakers, in this case Democrats, from breaking quorum. They passed a bill that will ban fundraising for lawmakers who are breaking quorum, not just for individual legislators, but also for their legislative caucuses as well. Republicans point to former Congressman Beto O'Rourke, whose organization, Powered by People, donated more than $1 million to various legislative caucuses during the quorum break last month. Attorney General Ken Paxton filed suit against O'Rourke, who in turn filed a counter lawsuit against the state. Republicans in the Texas House also increased fines for lawmakers who break quorum and other penalties, including removing Democrats from chairmanships and vice chairmanships and reducing their seniority if they break quorum. Democrats say the Texas Constitution enables quorum breaking and that they were trying to protect their constituents from the new congressional maps. Republicans say the Constitution enables them to enforce quorum. Lawmakers criticized each other on the House floor, blaming each other for delaying approval for the state's flooding response.
The flood bill was held hostage because of a bigger agenda.
It was held hostage for 3 weeks while y'all were in Chicago not doing the work that was called on you to do here.
We spoke with Democratic State Representative Chris Turner of Grand Prairie, who opposed the new crackdown on quorum breakers.
The Republicans are in a really vindictive mood right now. They want to deliver all this retribution on the Democrats, but you know the reality is this is their fault. They rushed this racially gerrymandered congressional map through the legislature, and we fought back. And they don't like it that we fought back, but that's too bad. Ken Paxton and Greg Abbott are trying to remove me from office, along with a dozen of my colleagues in the Democratic caucus. Look, their case in my view, has no merit whatsoever. We have some great lawyers who have filed a response in the Supreme Court, and we'll wait to see what the court decides. But I'm going to stay focused on fighting for my district and representing my district.
Were your constituents upset about you breaking quorum, or no? Did they support you?
My constituents are very supportive of what I did to stand up for our democracy, stand up for their voting rights, and we had a lot of positive feedback from my district, from my constituents, thanking me for taking the step of breaking quorum to fight back against the Trump power grab.
How concerned are you about going forward? There will be increased penalties for quorum breakers.
Well, look, Republicans can do all the stuff that they want to do in that regard. The reality is I'm never going to stop fighting for my constituents, particularly when it comes to their voting rights, nor my Democratic colleagues. If they think that changing our parking space or removing our seniority is going to affect our commitment to fighting for those values, they're sadly mistaken.
Republican State Representative Carissa Richardson of McKinney supported all the new measures.
Well, we want to stop them from doing this again. You know, it costs the taxpayers money every time a special session is called, at least $1 million. And so when they leave, the taxpayers are getting nothing from their money. So we need to stop this.
And so I know there are a number of rules being considered. What do you like? I've seen Democrats or the minority should lose their chairmanships and vice chairmanships, lose their seniority, etc. Are you on board with that, and what else would you like to see?
Well, absolutely. Definitely the vice chairmanships were something that this is the first time they've ever done that, required a Democrat vice chair. So, you know, that's a privilege to be a vice chairman. Also, seniority is a privilege. That's not something in our Constitution. It's something given to them for their number of years of service. But if they're not going to serve, then they should have that reduced.
One of the bills that I guess that's up for consideration, if you break quorum, you can't fundraise. And then there was another bill that was passed in the Senate that said no fundraising at all during the special session, just like the regular session. So where are you on those bills?
Well, I prefer that if you break quorum, you can't fundraise, because I believe many Democrats, when they were out, were fundraising. Now, from what I understand, money was given to their caucuses, the Black Caucus, the LGBT caucus, those types of caucuses, to sort of circumvent going directly to the candidates. Now, the rest of us were showing up every day, and we were doing our job. So I hate for us to be penalized and say we can't fundraise at the same time.